And once again, this week's parasha will have a double reading, two parashiot, Acharemot and Kedoshim. And just like last week, I would like today to show the contrast just between the names of the two different parashiot, to show you how we have a message that is being clarified by the name of the parasha. And I'm going to start with Acharemot. Acharemot deals with the magnificent, the holy day of Yom Kippurim. Yom Kippur, the Avodah, the Kohen Gadol entering the Kodesh HaKodashim, the awesomeness. It's absolutely obvious for every single Jew today that Kippur is really the holiest day of the year. And even to put an accent to the intensity of Yom Kippur, the parasha starts off with something dramatic. The pasuk says, "Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe acharei mot shnei bnei Aaron." The whole teaching, the whole education, training of Aharon HaKohen for the day of Kippur comes in parallel with the death of his children. And everybody understands that when we talk about death, death is definitely the synonym or the reminder of something that is just beyond me, something beyond this world, something holy, something mystical. And it goes and it fits the spirit of Kippur. Kippur, that is really a day that I'm not myself, I'm an angel. I'm someone way above that. So far, so good, right? But I want to share with you a very interesting Gemara in Masechet Ketubot. A Gemara that actually deals with this very concept of extremes, of moments in life where we feel really disconnected from the mundane world, where we feel really special and holy. And the Gemara in Masechet Ketubot relates to a story that happened just by the Hurban, the destruction of the second Bet HaMikdash, where Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai was leaving Yerushalayim with his students. And he saw from afar this young, miserable girl who was collecting grains of barley from the dung of the animals. She was so hungry that she was ready to lower herself to that level, to eat from the excrements of the animals. And as Rabbi Yochanan finds out that she is none other than the daughter of Nakdibon ben Gurion, a man who was known for his tremendous wealth, who could have fed the entire city of Yerushalayim for years under siege. That's what happened to his daughter. And he doesn't get it. And he's asking her, where is the money? What happened to it? And she tells him, well, it's gone. And before I get to the details of how the money was gone, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai turned back to his student and he says, Ashrechem Israel. How lucky you are, the Jewish people. Bizman she'atem osim retzono shel makom, when you fulfill God's will. En umah sholetet bachem. There is no nation that can be above you. You are like the stars. You are superstars. You are above any other human being, any creation. However, bizman she'en atem osim retzono shel makom, when you don't fulfill God's will, when you don't follow the Torah and the mitzvot, mosrechem bifnei umma shefela. He gives you away, God gives you away in the hands of a low nation. And not just a low nation, behemtan shel umma shefela, says the Gemara. In the hand of the animals, you are even lower than the animals. You are eating from the dung of the cows and the horses. But he says, Ashrechem Israel. And as we just reflect on this statement of Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, who is crying, but at the same time realizing that there is greatness here, we once again meet the same concept where we are extremes, where we are all the way on top or all the way on the bottom. And we can wrongly assume that this is really the lifestyle of a Jew. He is super good or he is super bad. Haremot really reminds us of this concept. Is something there about drama, about just being completely disconnected from the normal. But something changes. Because right after Parashat Haremot, the Torah says clearly a bold mitzvah, a statement that will give the tone of Parashat Kedoshim. We have a mitzvah as Jews, Kedoshim tihiyu, to be holy. Ki kadosh ani Hashem Elohechem. Because God is holy. And we represent God on earth. So we have that obligation as well. Be holy just like me, says Hashem. And if we just stop in this pasuk and think about what we learned, think about what the message of the previous parasha was, Haremot, then we also think about this drama that is about disconnection from everything that is around us, about ambitions to just be completely exceptional. Yet, the parasha surprises us. Because almost every mitzvah in Parashat Kedoshim showing us how to be holy has to do with one common denominator. And that is society. It's not about disconnection from the world around us. It's quite the opposite. It's to pay your employees on time. It's to not lie, to not cheat, to give to the poor, to share your wealth, to respect your parents. Almost every single mitzvah of Parashat Kedoshim has to do with the mundane world, the mundane activities that surround us. As if the Torah completely pushes aside what we may have assumed from the dynamic of Parashat Haremot. So what's happening? And I want to go back to the story of Rabbi Yochanan, because that young girl knew why her father lost all his assets, why she went all the way down to this level. And she says to Rabbi Yochanan 3 words: Melach Mamon Chaser. Some say Melach Mamon Chesed. You want to enhance your asset, your money. Chaser. You gotta cut some of it and share it. Chesed. You gotta give it to others. She understood that we reached that extreme. We were Nakdimon Ben Goyon's family because of tzedakah, because of chesed, because of the way that we interact with other people, because of the way that we are sensitive to each other. And it goes the other way around, because we were not enough, because we were not sensitive enough for others. Then what happened? We went all the way down. That concept of holiness, to be exceptionals, to be role models, to be above everyone, is when we are with everyone. Not when we disconnect ourselves from society. Not when we think that we are superiors and we have nothing to do with that person. Opposite. When we are ready to make the sacrifice to deal with whoever is in front of our eyes. And to never feel that feeling of superiority, that I am better, I am higher, that's not my level. Even on the spiritual matter. Someone who is less religious than me, someone who is less devoted to Torah and mitzvot, I still have to deal with that person in my life. I still have to be a role model in society, in the real world. Kedoshim tihiyu ki kadosh ani Hashem Elohechem. How to resemble to God? Olam chesed yibaneh. To make sure to be involved in the chesed, in the tzedakah, all the things that we can help, that we can invest with others. And the world more than ever needs us to be role models. Yes, we are special. Yes, we are different. But the reason for our holiness, the reason for us to be that extremely good is because we are ready to deal with everyone. We are ready to face the world as it is and to say the truth and to deal with it as a proud Jew should. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu truly help us to be Kedoshim, to be successful, to be the superstars that He expects us to be. Shabbat Shalom and Borach.